Hello, welcome back. I hope you're having an amazing day. Today I'm going to share 20 reasons why your home may still look cluttered even though you have decluttered and started to become more minimal. If you're new here, my name is Shannon and you can hit the subscribe button to join my channel. To be completely honest, I had decluttered my house for about 6 months before I started to feel like my home looked more minimalist and to feel as if we were actually living with less stuff. So I do feel that this process does take a while, especially if you want your home to feel more minimal and you want to feel as if you are living in a very uncluttered space. And obviously these will not apply to everyone, but you may pick and choose, and hopefully some of these tips may help. Number one is declutter, and I know you're probably already decluttering, but maybe you just haven't decluttered enough. I came to the realization that I just had not decluttered enough, and that's when I decided to go with a more capsule wardrobe and really get down to what I actually wore and used, and that's when my wardrobe and my closet started to look less cluttered and more simplified. Number two is decor. We all want our homes to look beautiful, and I know I personally used to think the more decor the better and add doodads here and there, and I finally came to the realization that my home was still looking cluttered because I just had too much decor. And this was about 6 months again into the journey of decluttering, where I realized if I simplified more of the decor and got rid of a lot of the knickknacks, my home started to look a lot more minimal and less cluttered. Number three is small decorations. So a lot of little things can add to visual clutter and keep your eye bouncing around your house. If you switch to larger decorations, so instead of having 5 small little doodads, you move to one large plant, it can help with the visual clutter in your house. Number four is having too much stuff on your walls. And I know that those beautiful gallery walls that are very common right now are pretty, but if you're looking for a more simplified look in your home that's less cluttered, I would look into either simplifying the gallery wall or seeing if you could go with one large piece of art rather than a whole bunch of small pieces of art, and that can help. Number five goes along the same lines, and that is having a lot of signage on your walls. I know it is very popular right now to have those signs that say kitchen or eat here, exit, and they're cute and I really like them in some cases, but to have too many words on your wall can again add to that visual clutter. Number six is small furniture. And in my last home, when we first started decluttering, I had 3 small coffee tables. And I found that visually it just added to the clutter that I would see on the ground. It also added clutter on top of the tables because inevitably people would leave drinks on there or set their keys on the tables, and it just added to the amount of clutter. So by getting rid of the tables, not only did it streamline the look of my house, but it also stopped all the clutter from being set on top of the table. Number 7 applies if you have kids, and that is just too many toys. At one point we had a play kitchen in our living room and we had all the fun food that goes with it, and honestly nobody really played with it and all the stuff just constantly got dumped out. And after analyzing my kids for a while, I realized that they weren't playing with it enough to keep it, and by getting rid of all the toys in my living room, my home looked way less cluttered. Number 8 is too many plants. Honestly, as a plant lover, I feel you can never have too many plants. But at some point, especially if your plants are smaller and they need to be set on a table, it can add to the amount of clutter in your home. So I realized I'm better off either having a large plant that is standalone along a wall, or grouping the plants together and then donating the ones that I don't need anymore, or just limiting myself to outdoor plants, because even though I love the look of plants, they do actually add to the amount of visual clutter on tables and surfaces. Number 9 is unorganized areas in your home. So one of the reasons why I felt my closet still looked very cluttered after 6 months of decluttering was because when I would go in there, I think I just had too many different types of items in the closet. Not only did I have my clothes in there, I also had camera gear in there, I had my ironing board in there. I just had way too many different things in that closet. So what I did is I started to organize my closet for just clothes, and then I found other places to put all my camera gear together and all of my cleaning supplies together. I just started to streamline where I kept things and started to get more organized. Number 10 is shoes. And I don't mean having too many shoes, I mean shoes scattered around your whole entire home. And that is especially a problem right now with everyone being home. I find everyone's running outside, taking their shoes on and off and just leaving them everywhere. So what I've done is in my boys' room, I've added a shoe container so they know they can just throw their shoes in there and gets them back in their room, and it's easy to deal with. They're not having to open something. It's literally a bin for shoes. And then I've also organized my shoes, and I'm just very vigilant to always put my shoes away after I'm done wearing them outside. Growing up, we always left our shoes by the door, and it became a giant shoe pile, and that really looks so cluttered in my opinion. Eventually my parents ended up getting one of those IKEA shoe organizers for their door, and now it looks so much better, more organized and clutter-free. Number 11 is the amount of pots and pans in your kitchen. I know I received one of those large boxes of every size pan and lid that is known to mankind when we got married. And I realized I wasn't actually using half of those pots and pans. So what I did is just paid close attention to the pots and pans I actually used on a daily basis, and I decluttered the rest. Number 12 is kitchen counters and flat surfaces. I try really hard to keep my kitchen counter clear, and I try to put everything away each time after I use it. So that's just one more way to stop the visual clutter in your kitchen, and it also makes it easier for when you want to go and use the kitchen, you have a clean, clear surface to work on. Number 13 is too many dishes, and again, most of us get a big box of dishes, a set of 12 or 20, however much you end up buying, but normally most kitchens I come across have way too many dishes for the amount of people that live in the house. Number 14 is a drop-off zone. So I know a lot of people have a problem with keeping the area right when you walk in the front door or go out the back door clear. And that's because usually I know I walk in the door and I want to just throw all my stuff down, my purse, my keys, whatever it is that I'm holding, I just want to set down. And what I've done to combat that problem area is I have a big basket where I put all of my stuff in so I know where it is, it's organized, and it's hidden from just cluttering up the whole counter. Number 15 is the junk drawer. When we became minimal, I decided to get rid of the junk drawer. It becomes a drawer of catch-all things that really we probably don't even need. So what I did was I went through the drawer, I put everything in its own specific place. Number 16 is too many throw pillows, and honestly I think we've all had that moment where we found a cute pillow, we wanted it on our couch, and then we realized, wait, this is just looking like extra clutter. And I do keep throw pillows, I just have a limited amount, and it's usually just the amount that we actually would use when sitting on the couch or relaxing on the couch. So I don't switch out pillows, I don't buy new pillows, I don't have pillows stored in my closet for particular holidays and that sort of thing. I just have our limited amount of pillows, and they stay the same throughout the entire year. Look at the throw pillows. If there's too many, see if that changes the way your home looks. Number 17 goes along the same lines. It's throw blankets. I love blankets, but I know sometimes that can add to the clutter to have a big basket of blankets or a big ladder of blankets, however you're storing them. Sometimes that can add to the clutter. Number 18 is lamps. Lamps can add to the look of clutter in your home, and I know we all need light, but in a few of our rooms, I've actually installed overhead lighting, which has allowed us to get rid of the lamps, and that was a game changer to make my home look less cluttered. If you can't add overhead lighting, I would suggest going with one larger lamp rather than many small lamps, because the second that I got rid of the 2 lamps in our older home, my house looked so much bigger. Number 19 is rugs. So if you have a rug that is way too small for your area, I would say a 5x7 rug in a large living room, it can look more cluttered than if you had a large rug with all the furniture on top of it. Before I get to my last item, I just want to say that I have a blog post on this entire video and I will link it down below. So number 20 is collections, and I know collections are so hard to get rid of because you've been collecting them maybe your whole life and maybe they mean something to you, but I just have to say that collections of things can look very cluttered, especially if you have them out on a wall or in a cupboard that you get to all the time. For instance, I had a magnet collection on my fridge that added so much clutter and made our kitchen look so messy. Once I got rid of that magnet collection, my kitchen looks so much cleaner and streamlined. I also had a mug collection, if you can imagine that. And it wasn't huge, but once I started downsizing the amount of mugs we had, it just made our lives a lot more streamlined. If you're new here, make sure you hit the subscribe button to join my channel. You can also find me on Instagram and our vlog channel. I will have everything linked below. Thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you next time. Also, click right here to see our whole decluttering playlist. Bye!